Hello everybody, and welcome out to episode 156 of the Save Slot 3 Gamescast. I am your host, EWF Gizmo, joined this week by a massive Das
Hello, everyone.
and Mr. C.W. Lanky.
Hi, Dave.
Boys, another week has gone. Bristol City's in the mud. Bristol Rovers are more in the mud. Arsenal don't even know what mud is. Man City can't beat Southampton. Football is over, which we're all very happy about. So, other than Penguins
Up the
watching...
Palace, am I right at the
Right.
weekend, Davey?
Well,
Come on, Mateta.
other than Pengi watching the USL,
Yeah, we got the FA Cup to hopefully win it this weekend.
I think
We may even have some fans as well. Fulham and Bournemouth and everyone will want us to win.
that's true. I think most people would like Crystal Palace to win that one, Pengi. But I mean, if you can't beat Southampton, I mean, God, I think even we would beat Southampton, just not when it's a championship game. But there
Yeah,
you go. But there
will
we go.
you Southampton ever play each other again? Because Leeds will go back up, Southampton go down. Leeds will go back down, Southampton will go back up. You never play each other ever again.
No, we won't go down, Pengi. Once you've had your 200-point deduction, that's one team down. If Sheffield United come up, they're down, and Burnley make a living out of going down, don't they? So Parker will be at
Bring back
Spurs.
Sean Dyche, then you're in trouble, Davey.
Well,
Christ.
yeah, not at Burnley. I'd have him at Leeds. I'll be honest, I'd have him at Leeds. But anyway, we're not talking about football. We're talking about video games. So let's get over to the first stop on the Save Slot 3 experience. It's the Pengals news desk. Time for some news.
We got 15 items of news.
Fishmonger's dozen.
It is. Number one, GTA 6 has been delayed from 2025 to 2026. We have a day in 2026. We have May 26th of 2026 for that title. And there was a new trailer as well and no information. Craig, tell us about GTA 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that it's been delayed, right, boys? Sad. We probably all saw that coming, right? I think Dave took it at number 2 on fantasy with trepidation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And none of us are brave enough to counter it. We were all like, it's going to get delayed, isn't it? But if it doesn't, we're screwed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Game over, man, at that point.
Yeah.
So that does suck. Although May, that's... that won't take long to get here, let's be honest, boys. But it's a year, but... When you're as old as us, time just goes, doesn't it?
Time is a flat circle, Gregor.
It just goes. So that won't, in reality, that won't take long. And I imagine now there's a date, the hype factor will just keep on pumping up, won't it, boys?
Huge. Just before the American World Cup as well.
Yeah, the 2 trailers now. I did really like the second trailer as well. The vibes of this game are just so good, I think. I really like the idea of this, like, Rockstar telling this, like, Bonnie and Clyde love story, crime thing, right? And it's cool that it looks a little bit more serious as well, because GTA 5 was a lot of, like, satire of America, wasn't it? It's almost a bit like a South Park episode, I think, in a lot of ways. Whereas this looks a bit like it might be a bit more serious, to actually tell a story about these 2 characters, which would be pretty cool. I think they did the trailer, and then they also had a load of stills that they dropped, showing some of the other main characters. And they did announce kind of like some of the other locations on the map as well. I don't think we've really seen that properly, but that is going to be a moment when we see this map for the first time, right? Because the GTA 5 map is still iconic at this point, right? It's still one of the best open worlds ever made. So yeah, it'd be the trailers we've seen so far are cool, but I can imagine they're just going to keep ratcheting up that marketing for what will be undoubtedly the biggest. GTA 5 was the biggest multimedia release ever, right? I don't know if it still is. No idea if it still is or not, but if there's something if it still is, there's something that's probably going to beat it. It'd be GTA 6, right? So.
You'd think so. Plus, also, if it's down 75 quid or something, it's gonna be more expensive anyway.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Davey, what do you think? And what do you think of the rumours for getting a GTA 4 remaster this year? to replace it, basically.
Yeah, well, on GTA 6, like everything Craig said, it looks great. I'm happy to wait for it because I think the gaming world will stand still when it comes out. So I'm hoping the extra dev time it makes it the game that we want it to be. I'm hoping it also gets it some more platforms announced. Pengi, maybe a Switch 2 port in there. If it can run on,
There's no chance.
if it can run on Series S.
Yeah, there's no way.
But yeah, that's fine. That's what it is. The characters look cool. It looks like a weird hybrid between Vice City and GTA 4, which are my favourite two GTA games. So I'm hoping that is the case. And as for GTA 4 remaster, it's weird that it hasn't happened already, really, to me, because it's a really good game. They've obviously got the engine they've used for stuff like Red Dead, which got remastered before, and it's GTA. It's a guaranteed seller, isn't it? Even the bad ones, even that bad trilogy they made sold really well. So you'd think this would be great. I've obviously played it recently. I played it last year on Series XS, I think. I played on one of the Xboxes, the backwards compatible version. So I'm not really the audience for it because I'm happy to play it on Xbox, and it's always been on Steam. It's quite cheap. It's always constantly cheap on Steam, actually. So for the PlayStation users, and again potentially Switch 2, it would be cool.
I can see that coming to Switch 2.
Yeah, and it would be a huge seller on that console. But yeah, hopefully for those two platforms, it does come because it's a great game.
But where's Rockstar Table Tennis? That's the remaster that we do need.
It's playable in Auto HDR 4K on Xbox, Pengi.
Yeah, but I want it in 120 frames a second then, Dave. Anyway,
120 frames a second TV, Pengi.
No, that'll be the game that gets me to buy one. No, it's not really. It's just. Next news. EA won't be putting games up to £80 or $80. Yay, EA doing that. And Split Fiction has now sold over 4 million copies, but on Switch it will be a download code in a box. And Civ 7, which is 2K, are also doing that. They're putting a download code in a box. So, Craig, what do you think about two like 50 quid games that are just a code in a box, not even a game key for your Switch 2?
I couldn't care less, to be honest with you, Pengi.
Yeah.
That's the honest answer.
Yeah.
I don't think most people do, Pengi. I'm going to be honest with you, mate. I know you're fighting this battle.
Well, surely a code you can't do anything.
There's a forlorn hope of you guys, but
you can't do anything with a code after you've obviously redeemed the code, so
I know. But I think Capcom put out today like 90% of their sales last year were digital, and they expect that to go up to 94 for the next year.
But
and obviously, they can't sell their digital games, Pengi. I don't think people care, to be honest with you.
It just seems daft to me to put a physical out that isn't a physical. You might as well just make it download only, surely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's like,
I think this is them like holding on to kind of the dying physical media, isn't it?
Yeah. Davey?
Well, yeah, it's a twofold one because first of all, EA aren't putting their games up to $80, but they got
all the microtransactions.
You're right. They try and force you to spend $100 off the bat anyway, don't they, for all the content? And as for it's called Split Fiction. Split Fiction has done well. It looks fun. It doesn't look as interesting as It Takes Two. Looks a bit too woke for me, boys. Don't want to play as a woman. No, I'm joking. But yeah, whatever. And to be honest with you, my issue with the Switch 2 versions of Split Fiction in particular, I don't think it looks like a particularly good port. Whenever I've seen footage, it looks fucking ugly. But yeah, I'm glad.
Well, it is still running at 60 frames a second, I think. So I don't know what the resolution and stuff would be. Hence why it might look ugly. But I guess they gotta do that because it's cross-play. So I guess you can't have that at 30 and the PS5 version is 60. You gotta have them both at 60. So I guess that's why it looks ugly.
Yeah, and it's one in terms of the physical code and box shenanigans. It's the same as I always say with these type of games: wait for a sale, or to be again that guy, just wait for it to come to EA Play on PlayStation, PC, or Xbox, which it will probably the next 6 months, right?
Mhm.
if you don't want to spend the money on it. But yeah, that's my
Yeah.
thoughts on
Also,
that.
obviously, with crossplay and stuff like that, like me and you, Craig, both bought it, both got the platinum and stuff like that, and like the physical. But obviously, Switch doesn't have a reward system, so if you know someone that's got one of those 4 million copies, you could just play it with them.
It's true.
There you go. Yeah. It's true, and I didn't got to hear but a bit of news. I think EA, I think they put out onto GTA, put a statement out there, more confident with the release of Battlefield 6 now that GTA's been delayed.
God,
So yeah,
poor old
Poor
Battlefield.
Battlefield.
Yeah, oh, we both did it. I love Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, and
Mm.
it didn't even mind Hardline, but it's dead in it. I just, yeah.
no,
I'd
yeah,
love to. I'd
Only down the drain
love.
at this point, aren't they?
Yeah, I'd love to get excited, but yeah, the last one was kind of that last chance, I think.
hmm Next news. We've now got the official date of Mafia: The Old Country is coming 8th of August. They did a new trailer and stuff at PAX East, and it'll be £45 RRP. So, pretty good price in that, Dave.
Yeah, and it looked really fun. It looked just
Mm.
like Mafia Definitive Edition, but in 2025, and with a very interesting, somewhat underused setting. So I'm quite excited for this. I don't. Again, will I pre-order it? Probably not, because there's too much, literally too much to play. But it's one that the first time it goes on sale on probably Xbox, I'd probably pick it up because it looks quite fun.
hmm What about you, Craigie?
I think I mean August 8th sounds like a good date. Is there anything else coming out in August?
I have not looked that
It's
up. I will look
got
that up.
No, off
Kirby,
the top
if
of
you
my head, I
haven't
can't.
played it, Madden, if you're that way inclined, Gears, as we'll talk about later.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, of course.
Obviously,
But no, the
that's the earliest game, Mafia, obviously, but yeah.
yeah. But it was really, I thought it was a really cool trailer. It started out, there's like they're showing like stealthing and doing some like takedowns and stuff, and like some like tombs that look like, and I was like, are they trying to make like an Indiana Jones game? What's going on here? And then it kind of like switched to what you'd expect from Mafia, I feel,
Yeah.
with some shooty shooty bang bang. I like Dave said, the setting and like the time period, it just seems really cool. Like you've got people still riding around on horses, but you've also had cars at the same time. I like the idea of that a lot. Um, but yeah, the idea of going back to like Italy before the mafia was big in America, I guess. It's a pretty cool idea. It's a very good trailer, I thought.
Yeah, yes. I thought it looked good, and I think at the £45 price point, I am much more likely to pick it up than if it was 70 quid. Sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I like the fact
And
that like price points are so all over the place at the moment. I love that.
yeah, yeah, that's that. Next one. The FTC has lost again in their case against Xbox and Activision, purchase of that. I still don't really know how, if they won, what would happen now, because obviously that's been going on for ages, and like Tony Hawk's like coming to Game Pass or whatever. But they lost again. But we got more info from that of the Xbox ROG Ally and the ROG Ally 2. Davey.
Exciting times, Pengi.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's cool. It's obviously did they say is it next year? Did they say that? Has that been leaked before? Or have I
I
dreamt that this year?
I think you dreamt that. I think this year, but I'm not 100%
Yeah, maybe.
sure.
But it looks again for the what was leaked. It looks like an evolution of the ROG Ally, which already is quite a powerful handheld. So that's quite exciting. And like I've said on this podcast before, if they can nail um, the operating system side of it, so that when you turn it on, it feels like an Xbox, and then you can switch it to desktop mode, much like a Steam Deck. It kind of becomes the best of both worlds, because obviously you can install Steam and Epic onto Windows. So if you've got the Xbox bit, that's really really good. I think this could be quite a popular thing, and I think it's a little hint to what the next Xbox console is going to be, because I suspect that will be what the next Xbox console does as well. But yeah, it's cool. Handheld gaming is really back and alive at the moment, and as someone who loves handheld gaming, I'm buzzing.
hmm Craig, have you seen this? Have you seen the pictures as well?
I think I saw one picture. I mean, it does feel like the FTC is just pouring money down the drain at this point, carrying this on, doesn't it? Like,
Hmm.
it
Yeah.
would surprise you if there's an appeal to an appeal, and you're just like,
Mm.
is this American taxpayers' money just going now? Like, what are we doing here? You've lost. Get over it. I mean, it's I've been too much for comics. I feel like it just looked like what we were saying. We thought it was all going to be like a month ago.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you're like, it's kind of what everyone thought and said. No, it's hard to kind of expand too much on that from what we've seen
And no,
until I guess they properly
there,
announce it.
there were some specs and stuff. Obviously, the Ally 2 more powerful than the Ally and Ally X, and from it, the Xbox One might be more powerful again on that, or it might be weirdly like I got the Ally and there's the Ally X, which has got slightly bigger RAM and I think it's got a bigger SSD or something. It's different, but not a huge difference. So the Xbox could be like the X of the Ally 2. It's it's going to be like I have 1 terabyte of storage, where the Ally 2's got 500, and I have like 16 gig of RAM, where the 2's got 12, or something like that. But I don't think it's going to be a huge difference by that. But the Xbox One's most probably going to be the better one of the two. Obviously, pricing though on these PC handhelds can be quite expensive, though. And what you might be able to play on it, Dave, if it's an Xbox, is a Gears of War remaster, because Gears of War Reloaded is releasing in August 26th this year, which Xbox has randomly sort of just dropped the trailer and tweeted out that Gears of War is getting a second remaster, and a third generation, Davey.
Yes, 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 yes. It's just glorious to have the official GameStop 3 best game of all time again with 120 hertz and 4K and I can't wait.
Yeah.
My
So what you
Go on.
What you're getting is 4K resolution, 60 frames in the campaign, up to 120 frames in multiplayer, but obviously you need a compatible TV and monitor. HDR, Dolby Vision, and 7.1 Atmos, 3D audio, VRR, 4K assets from remastered textures, enhanced post-processing, improved shadows, super resolution, and zero loading time screens during the campaign.
I love it. My favorite thing that Craig will appreciate is I keep seeing all the memes of like the last thing a PS5 player sees, and it's just like people like wall jumping between and the fucking roll and shotgun. If you remember that, Craig, where you'd like attach to a wall and then shoot your shotgun.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like I'm loving it. I'm just loving that the Xbox community's just been like, I can't wait to murk off the PlayStation players that haven't played it, haven't played a real multiplayer game in 20 years. But it's cool. It's cool. It's coming to everything. I hope it comes to Switch
I don't think
as
that's
well.
that likely, because where's all the 360 players gone?
No, they're all sticking with us. They're like me and
PC,
Craig.
they're all on PC.
They believe. But yeah,
They're all
it's
playing with a mouse and keyboard.
right. It's cool that it's got cross play because my biggest issue with the Ultimate Edition, the Xbox One version, is it was stuck to that and PC, and it just didn't. Well, not even Steam PC to Windows PC, so there just wasn't a player count online. And I love the Gears One multiplayer. So yeah, obviously I'm on Xbox. So is Craig. So I suspect we'll be playing it again in Insane on Game Pass, and yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, so it's going to be on Game Pass on your Xbox and Xbox PC app. If you want to buy it, it is £40, so not too bad. Or if you've bought the Ultimate Edition, it is a free upgrade of that. Weirdly, I feel that Xbox gave away the Gears of War Ultimate Edition at some point. Or did I buy like really cheap or something like that? I feel I own that game.
I think it
But
was
Put it as
bundled with
gold.
I thought it was with Gears 5, like the Ultimate
Oh, it
Edition.
might. Yeah, you're right.
Because
No, you're right.
Gears
Definitely.
5 was definitely given away with gold, because I've got Gears 4
Yeah.
and 5 from gold, but Ultimate Edition I own. I think it was given away. And then when you bought 4, I think you got 1, 2, and 3 on Xbox 360, didn't you? Maybe even Judgment as well. But yeah, they Gears is one of those franchises they give away quite a lot, and I can't wait. No, I can't wait. Gears and Oblivion, my game of the year. What year is it?
2006.
Apparently so.
Dave. Craig, what's your thoughts on the Gears of War Reloaded?
Yeah, be cool to see this in motion when they do like show it properly. But from what you said, from what you're getting, it sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty interesting. In terms of timing, I know Jeff Grubb has been saying for a while that Gears E-Day was like when they originally started that project was kind of like penciled in for this year. That was kind of their like goal. I'd imagine that's kind of not been the goal for a little while now. Especially when you look at how much else Xbox is coming out this year. I can't imagine they ever realistically thought that was coming. But you kind of like we were saying with GTA, you know, that if that's getting moved to next year and then having GTA 4 remaster this year, it kind of makes sense, right?
Hmm.
Put
Hmm.
out Gears 1 remaster this year and then launch Gears E-Day next year. All makes a lot of sense. All ties in together. And yeah, imagine it's going to do big numbers, right, on the old PlayStation as well.
Oh yes.
Yep. If this does well, which it most probably will, and I don't know what metric Xbox will use, if they'll use sales or they'll use players, because obviously on Game Pass, what do you think will get Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3 that haven't been remastered before whatsoever?
Yeah, but after E-Day, I think they'll get full remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes the most
Yeah.
sense, I think, because it's one of those. Because obviously E-Day is essentially Gears of War 0, right? So I
Yes.
think if you've got 1 and 0 on other consoles, the amount of money they'd make even if they just bundled 2, 3, Judgment 4, 5. I think you will see 5 on PlayStation pretty soon as well. I'd be surprised if 5 doesn't go to PlayStation, considering it's on Steam as well and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, great. It's always good to have more Gears games, Pengi.
Yep. What isn't good for you, Dave, is EA's given up on WRC.
It's just the worst, isn't it?
And there's been layoffs at Codemasters as well.
Yeah, they've pretty much killed Codemasters apart from F1, I think. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they've decided after spending all this money to acquire Codemasters to
And
cancel
acquiring the
and
WC.
acquiring the WRC license to cancel all of their games, including a penciled-in Dirt Rally 3 and Dirt 6 and Grid 2, Legends 2, I think they were working on allegedly. So yeah, they've cancelled all of those games, shrunk one of the oldest UK studios, and are just awful people, aren't they? Just awful, awful people doing awful, awful things. So there we go.
There we go.
Why can't we have nice things, Dave?
Right.
Why can't we?
I've put
Yeah.
so much money into that studio, and yet EA have ruined it.
They've ruined it.
Single-handedly,
Right.
I've kept Dirt 5 alive. Single-handedly.
Yeah.
I
You
can't
and
wait
you were
for the
even
Switch
going to buy.
2 port, Davey.
He was going to even buy the Switch 2.
Oh, well, it's probably cancelled now. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I definitely would have.
Yeah. Um. What racing game isn't cancelled? Forza Horizon 5 has sold over 1.4 million copies on PS5. Expedition 33 has now sold over 2 million copies, and its soundtrack has been in multiple charts, like the album chart, the soundtrack chart, and the classical chart as well. Crazy times, Craig, of Expedition 33. Have you started that game yet?
No, I don't know what I will either, to be honest with you, Pengi. Definitely want to
Well,
get to it, but I don't know when. But
if you
it's
did,
great
you
to see it doing.
then you might want to buy the album and get it up on the classical charts.
I just listen to it on Spotify. Like a
I think
sensible
that's
human
the
being.
chart. I think that's what they count for charts nowadays, don't they? Spotify and
Okay.
stuff. I don't think it's buying a CD and a record shot there, Craig. I think it is actual streams and stuff, and people are streaming that classical French soundtrack.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
great to see that game doing well, and that
Yeah.
you know, it's good to see these. We've seen a lot of like recently of these like new studios popping up. I know a lot of them been in like China and Korea,
Yeah.
and like showing these games that always look good. And then you're always like, yeah, but if this is this team's first game, like, is it going to look like that? I mean, I've seen quite a few success stories recently, so that's nice to see. It's very cool.
Mm.
And then the Forza one score, I did see some of it, like, I think last month, the top 3 selling games on PlayStation were all Xbox games. I think it was Forza,
They were.
Minecraft,
And Doom, I think. Was it Doom or was it Call of Duty?
It was Call
no,
of
I
Might
think
be
it
Duty. It
was
was
Call
Call
of
of
either.
Duty.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
it was called yeah, which is
Yeah,
quite
and then
funny,
I
isn't it?
think there was others. I think it was something silly like Xbox sells like 46% more games on PlayStation than PlayStation do. It was a
Yeah, that's
ridiculous
wild.
stat. It was like, obviously I know Minecraft and COD are massive, but it was like every time they put, I think Sea of Thieves might have been in that top 10 as well.
Yeah, CSC's I know have
Yeah,
done
so
really
it's
well.
kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
they're just the biggest publisher in the world now as well.
Yeah, that's what they are. But I think was it Pentiment? I think that did absolutely dreadful though.
Yeah, but
I think
that's
it sold like
it's not a surprise.
yeah. I think it sold like 90,000 or something. But obviously, the thing is, the port cost of it, I expect, wouldn't have been that much. The port Pentiment over.
The other
So,
game was Oblivion. That's what it was.
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah, that
makes
makes
sense. Yeah. Do you think I was kind of joking with the Gears and everything? Do you think obviously like Xbox install base has gone down to like 30 million, Xbox PlayStation's like 70 something? People
Well,
have obviously moved over from the 360 was super popular and now like in their our sort of age of like I remember Oblivion, I remember Gears of War, they were great, and now obviously buying the remasters and stuff.
no, I think to be honest with you, the a lot of the older 360, the people our age are on PC if they're not on
Mm.
Xbox.
No, it's just like I thought,
Yeah,
people moved from 360 to PS4, and then obviously they've moved from PS4 to PS,
yeah,
like they went from PS2 to PS, like the casuals, the FIFA, Call of Duty, lot, the lot
yeah.
I'm
It's
talking
it's
about.
difficult because it's like I get it's it's not. I don't want to turn this into a fanboy discussion, but it's difficult because obviously the PS3 was what 89 million,
Hmm.
and I know the PS4 sold a lot more, but the PS5 hasn't outsold the PS3 yet, and
No.
all of their numbers are just PlayStation 5, whereas for Xbox we'll never know because obviously there's cloud, there's PC, there's whatever. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to have an Xbox Live account to buy Oblivion on Windows Store, for example, right? So, but
Yeah.
as the ads say, it is an Xbox. So, but yeah,
Yeah, I was just
it's
thinking, well, like,
yeah,
all those PS2 guys moved over to 360, the 360 people moved over to PS4 and
maybe
continued on.
it's just all old people now, Pengi, because the kids ain't
Yeah.
fast. The kids have never heard of the Xbox 360. If you're under the age
They
of
just
what,
want to play four.
right? Well, if you're under the age of what, probably 25, you've probably not played a 360. Really?
No.
Like as an adult, like you might have had one when you were like 8 or 9, but like
Yeah, because by the time you're 5, the like Xbox One will be coming
right?
out.
So like it's kind of like yeah, it's kind of just old people shouting at clouds now with the console numbers and stuff. It's difficult. I think again, not to sound like an Xbox shill because this is how I see it with PlayStation as well. It's the software numbers, right? Like it's okay. So there may be 80 million PlayStation 5s, but if I was PlayStation, we only sold 6 million copies of The Last of Us, I'd be worried because what's the other 74 million buying? Are they
Yeah,
buying? Are they
that's
just
what I was
buying
saying.
Madden?
That was like that's the COD FIFA lot I was on about, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
And
buying no
Fortnite
games
lot.
and just playing Fortnite and
Yeah.
Roblox.
Yeah. What they mostly won't be buying, and I doubt people did buy, is Alien Rogue Excursion. It's abandoning VR. It's a VR only game at the moment. It's coming to PS5 and PC, like flat screen, as the new Involved edition in September. Do you want to play an Alien game, Craig, that was built for VR? That's no longer going to be in VR?
No,
No.
no,
Do
I
you love
don't.
Alien?
I do, I do love Alien, but yeah, not one for me. I don't think.
No.
It's a weird move, but I guess assuming it performed badly on VR, now they're just like, please, we need to make some money back.
Yeah, most probably. Davey, too scary for you.
I mean, there's about 20 Alien games in there that's come out recently, but no, I'm good. I can miss out on that one.
Yeah, you missed out on that one. Next news item. Power World is changing due to Nintendo. So from the lawsuit, You remove the ability to summon pals by throwing pals seers. Is instead of changed is static summon next to the player now instead. So you can't throw your
Pokeballs. Let's just call
Pokeballs.
it what it is, Pengi.
You can't throw your Pokeballs, and your Pokemon can't appear in front of you. They now just got a randomly pop up next to you, and you can no longer glide on your POW. You have to use a hang glider, like Tears of the Kingdom, another Nintendo game. So yeah, making changes due to the lawsuit. So I'm guessing Nintendo won that with their weird Pokeball throwing mechanics, Davey.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get the flying on them. That's maybe a bit far.
Yeah,
But
because surely other I know Horizon, for instance, the PlayStation Horizon, you can fly.
well, World of Warcraft, you could, Pengi, in 2006 when whatever expansion came
Yeah,
out,
so
right? So
don't really. Yeah, I don't get like, oh, you can't fly on an animal, or it's because they're Pokemon. You're not allowed to fly on
yeah,
Pokemon.
and again, it depends. Like, I don't know if there's certain pals that you can, and it's obviously a Charizard. Like, I don't know. It's difficult because like I'm all for like free speech and like making, to the man, but like when it's borderline like a carbon copy of something like so specific, like throwing a sphere and a creature coming out that looks suspiciously like a Pikachu. Like, I kind of get why they lost, but again, they did lose. So if that's the law, but it's not a change to this gameplay, really, right? I think it's fine to the game is still the game. So I think they got off quite lightly, as bad as it could have been,
Mm-hmm. Craigie, thoughts on Power World changes?
It's kind of when you poke the bear so much, like you're kind of going to get bitten at some point, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. They knew what they were doing when they made this game.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really cry wolf too much, I feel here.
But do they know what they're doing? Is Hollow Void Verse? I actually don't know if it's Verse. You pronounce it. The Honkai Star Rail team. They've been teasing a Pokemon-like game. Apparently, gonna go called Honkai Nexus Anima. How do you think this is gonna go? Someone else take a Pokemon clone. Well, obviously they've got all that Chinese money.
It'll be absolutely fine in China.
If you-
Absolutely fine. Don't Tencent have like a share in Nintendo?
Yeah, I don't know if if Tencent
Hoyoverse.
has.
Yeah, but
have
yeah, it'll be fine, Pengi. Don't you worry. Don't you
Yeah.
worry. It'll be fine.
So I'm gonna be able to throw my Pokeballs in this one.
They'll make it Poker Squares or a Honkai
Yeah.
fucking anime tits or something. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Oh, actually, that's based in Singapore. Not.
Well, as the Americans say, that's all China, innit, right?
Yeah, I possibly. Craig, thoughts on a Pokemon clone from the Genshin Impact team, etc.
I'll say what I always say whenever we talk about this company. I can't wait to hear you talk about this game for the next 3 years and never actually play it.
Yeah.
That's all I say. That's what we always get. Pengi always says how great it is, and I can't wait, and then he never plays it.
See, we say this, but I'm on my Xbox right now, and I can see that Craig Warren has played 600 hours of Genshin Impact since it came to Xbox.
Yeah,
He's the anime queen. You imagine if that was
yeah.
the secret truth of this podcast.
Mm.
Secretly, Craig is really into waifu games.
Yeah, I have seen the teaser. It does look like like one of the animal creatures does look like a Pokemon. And I'm like, yeah.
You'll have to tell us about it in 4 years, Pengi.
Yeah, it could be popular, obviously, on Xbox and PlayStation, where you don't have Pokemon. A little bit like Power World. So, there we go. Talking to PlayStation, we had Death Stranding 2 previews. It seems like it's going to be good. And there's a new DualSense coming, Craig. You love a DualSense now.
I've only actually seen the one picture you showed me on the phone. I've actually seen this properly, in all honesty.
Yeah.
The previews are quite extensive. I think we've played like 30 hours of it.
You have 30 hours, and apparently it's only like 40% of the game or something.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't watched any of the previews.
Yeah. So it's going to be 70 hours long, 50 hours of cutscenes. We're all going to love it.
Pengi will have it done in 15 hours.
In one weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that'll be that, I guess.
Yeah. From the bits of previews, he said that Kojima's trying to make it more welcoming to newcomers and stuff, and made a big glossary thing that's got all the terminology and stuff like that, and trying to uh,
Oh God.
make it more inviting for new players. So, great, you can jump on the Death Stranding 2 late June, and you were like, I don't know what this is, but Kojima's gave me a glossary for it. I can find out what all these strange words mean. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be people who played the first one, isn't it? That's where
most probably.
that's where it's gonna come from. You'd imagine.
Still need to finish
Mm-hmm.
the first one. I was actually quite enjoying it. It's a very
Yeah.
strange game. It's very hard to
Plus, also,
explain.
didn't you start it on Xbox as
Yeah, I have it on.
and
I
then
have
you
it.
sold your Xbox,
Yeah, I have it
and
on.
then
I bought another one, Pengi. There's everything's on Xbox, but yeah, I have got it reinstalled. It was really good. It's a very strange game. It's really hard to like, because I'm not blinded by the Kojima-ness, so I think I can say it a bit more like concisely and maybe like wholeheartedly. Like it is very intriguing. Like you don't really know why, but you want to know what's going on and you push forward. Like it's kind of like it's kind of good. It's difficult. Like if it was on Game Pass, I would recommend it to Craig, and I think he probably would enjoy it because it's like you guys have played far worse walking sim indie slop than this, and it's got the budget of obviously like a fucking blockbuster movie. So it's like it feels like an indie game. It's like the weirdest thing to say, but it kind of does.
technically it is an indie.
Well, yeah, but like you know what I mean. Like it feels like it's a Game Pass indie game, but it's also like 10 of the biggest actors in the world, and has
Mm-hmm.
like the most ridiculous graphic engine you've ever seen. But yeah, this trailer did look good, to be fair, and it's when it does come to other platforms, I will play it as well probably, but obviously not going to play it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think the DualSense is most probably the worst special edition they've done. They've literally just took the Midnight Black and put the orange sticker on the front of it, and that's like that. Right, we're done.
Nice.
And I love a DualSense. I
Look
got like
similar, very similar to the Helldivers one, like just the
yeah,
gold
but
and the black.
but the Helldiver one does have like I got my Helldiver ones now here. It's got like all the symbols and it says like you know, like this is the stratagem button and this is, you know, the input, you know, when you input and stuff like that. Well, obviously gesture anyone hasn't really got that's just got the yellow bit or the orange bit in the middle. It's yeah, like even I'm considering not getting it because it looks pretty boring. Where's my urine yellow DualSense? Dave, that's what you want this.
Indeed.
Yeah. And also, sticking to PlayStation, we've got a new team. It's Team LFG. LFG stands for Looking for Group, Craig. This is the team that's apparently doing Gummy Bears, which is the MOBA like game. And they put a brief description out saying, our first game is a team-based action game that draws inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sims, and frog-type games. The players will inhabit a light-hearted, convenient world set in a brand new mythic sci-fi fantasy universe. We can't wait to reveal more. What's a frog-type game, right? Because I've not got a clue.
Wasn't there Frogger? Maybe it's Frogger.
Yeah, Frogger. So inspired by Frogger.
It's Crossy Road.
Mm-hmm. Could be. Could be. Yep. So, when do you think we'll see this game? Because Gummy Bears has been rumored for ages now with this ex-Bungie and Roblox team and stuff like that. Come a Game Fest, or was that too early because we only just got a name for the team?
Is this part of Bungie or is this a separate thing?
No, it's a separate thing. So a bunch, yeah.
It's what PlayStation players want, Craig. Eh?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. How many
I'm
studios
sure
have
this
they?
one will be free to play, right? They're gonna learn this time, right?
It's to even to someone like me who fucking hates Sony. Like, how many teams have they bought / opened that have either been shut down or they've not put games out in the last 5 years?
Quite a few, because obviously
You got Haven. You got what was
Haven is still around, but they haven't put out fair games
Deviation.
yet.
What
Yeah.
was it called? That was one of them as well.
That they
The
didn't
COD
own
guys.
them,
They just
but yeah,
announced them on a thing, and then there was
yeah.
Fire Sprite or
But one
Fire
of
Spark. One of them.
that was the Concord one.
Hmm.
But with Deviation, the two heads fell out. One of them's now making that game that was shown at that Galaxy showcase, and the other one is apparently making something with PlayStation still, sort of thing, which is most probably what they were going to make anyway, but who actually knows? So, yeah.
Yeah, not filling me full of inspiration. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But are you excited,
But
Pengi? Because you're the PlayStation guy.
I have really no idea what Gummy Bears is going to be, because a MOBA doesn't excite me, but I really want to know what a frog type game is, and they're obviously inspired by like cozy games as well and stuff. So who knows what this is going to be? Who knows?
Colossal failure.
Yeah.
Most yeah.
Will we
from a mile out?
will we even see the game?
I think so.
Before the
I think
studios
we
close
see it,
down?
and I think it does come out as well.
What's the record? What was Concord? 2 weeks? We get to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
It's back on. We're
Yeah,
back in the
Well,
game.
then before we get Last of Us Part 1 reloaded, remastered, re-edition,
hmm
the Penguins will buy.
I could do. But sticking with Bungie, there's a Destiny 2 showcase, guys. There's an expansion coming soon, in July. I can't remember the name. Edges something. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. And it's gonna bring like old stuff back. Not 100% sure. That's the July expansion. But there's gonna be a second expansion this year. It's coming later this year in Q4, called Renegades, which is Star Wars based. We're getting a big Star Wars based Destiny 2 expansion. Craigie.
Poor people who are still holding on to Destiny.
Mm.
These poor bastards, right? They're still there. They're still showing up. They've probably played 600 hours at this point.
Oh, and the rest. It's been out for 11,
It's
11 years, isn't it, now? Destiny?
it's time to go. People, you need to move on with your lives.
There's currently
Find something
43,000
else.
people playing the game on Steam.
God.
What are you guys doing at this point?
It's literally like a
I
weird
ran out of
addiction,
things
isn't
to do
it?
in 10 hours. What
Yeah.
are you people doing?
Destiny 2
Yeah,
in particular, because Destiny 2 is so much worse than Destiny 1. Like, it's wild. Like Craig said, I think I might have got to 20 hours. And I was like, cool. Why am I still doing this? But I know people that have played like 2,000 hours of Destiny 2 after playing 1,000 hours of Destiny 1. I just don't get it.
Yeah. There's a lot of sick freaks out there.
Right? Absolutely.
So what you're saying is Star Wars is not going to get you back into
Not in
Destiny 2.
2025, Pengi. In 2006 maybe, but
Is
2025.
it because it's Destiny 2, or is it because it's Star Wars?
It's too tainted.
Yeah, it's a difficult
things
time. Like,
together, innit?
like if you put, what would be the modern equivalent of Star Wars now that people even like?
Dune, people like Dune.
If you did a Dune expansion,
Mhm.
at this point people would be excited. Like if you did a Dune expansion for Helldivers, right? People would be back in for it. But Star Wars has kind of got to the point now that like, oh no one's like Andor's supposed to be pretty good. Can I be bothered to watch it? No. Jedi Survivor's supposed to be pretty good. Could I be bothered? Probably no, not at the moment. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for our friend the lightsaber.
No. You mentioned Helldivers. There was a big update today. I haven't actually gone back and played anything, but I know. I think the concurrent count was over 80,000 on the Steam version. It's
Yeah, it looks
like
really
doubled.
good. To be fair, they've added a lot of content, like a new race, like a new weapon upgrading system. I think they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was fun.
Yeah,
It
so
just didn't have a point. That was kind of, I think Craig was kind of with me on that. Like I enjoyed playing it, but I didn't enjoy the progression.
Yeah.
So if they've added some more
Only
progression,
fill up the bar so many goddamn times, guys.
yeah, because
And I mean, I
yeah,
played that game for 15 hours. I was using the same bastard gun the whole fucking time.
yeah,
It was so slow.
Yeah, that's what worries me
You
about
put a mech
all.
in it, and I remember being like, I want to use the mech, and it was miles away. I was like, I'm not playing like 20 hours on the mech.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what worries about all these extraction shooters, because there was more arc runners. Is it arc runners? Arc raiders?
Raiders.
Yeah,
Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders.
previews
People
and
seem
that.
to like that.
And everyone
People
seems
seem
to
to
really
really like
like it,
that.
but I'm like, it looks quite good. It might be fun to play, but what's the point? A bit like Helldivers 2. Like, what am I doing? Just filling up a bar or something? So yeah. But what will have a story is Trails in the Sky first chapter, and it's
Hell,
launching
yes.
19th of September. Davey.
Can't fucking wait. Really hoping the
So,
Switch 2 version's announced soon, so it's all
otherwise, you
shiny.
better play on Steam.
I mean,
Then-
I have the original game on Steam. I probably would if it doesn't come to Switch 2. It's more powerful than the Switch, right? So I probably would play.
Wow.
Probably would play it on deck. It's great. I can't wait. Two different types of combat system. Great. One of the best stories in all of JRPGs. Can't wait.
And Craig, you literally not bothered whatsoever, even though this is the Trails game. You could start with being in the first one, the first chapter, as it says
Yeah,
in the
probably
title.
not. I've probably got and there's
Enough
probably
JRPGs.
yeah before that would jump out to me.
What jumps out of water, is a dolphin. Okay, the dolphin remakes are coming, and a new game is coming. There's currently a countdown website with the countdown's on over 8,000 hours. Craigie.
Well, I'm on the website right now. I just had a look. We're at 8,248 hours and 15 minutes,
Cool.
which is about. I just worked out it is about 343.6 recurring days.
Yeah. So we'll come back to that next year. I don't know if that'll be the remakes or the new game, or they're just going to announce it all. Then, but yeah, a bit of a weird
Did
one
either
to
of
have.
you play Echo the Dolphin back in the day?
Oh hell
Yes.
yeah! I played multiple of those games. I played the fucking
Was it
Dreamcast
good?
one. It was weird. It was an interesting concept at the time, Craigo, because games were weird. But I don't know if there's much if of all of the Sega games that they're bringing back, I don't know if there's a lot of leg room for a new Echo the Dolphin. If I'm honest.
Yeah, it's weirdly like it's the same as the House of the Dead like remakes. It's not Sega like doing it. It's actually the original Echo the Dolphin team. They've got the team back and they're doing it. So it's like licensed out by Sega. So obviously Sega themselves haven't got much hope for Echo the Dolphin. A bit like House of the Dead, I guess, as well. Where they are doing new Crazy Taxis and new Golden Axes, etc. But then the Streets of Rage was good, wasn't it? That Sega put out. So who knows? And then last one,
Shinobi looks incredible, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I think that's also
Yeah.
August, right?
yeah. Sega's a bit more
Yeah.
involved in that one, aren't they? I think compared to like Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And talking of Sega, last news: Virtual Fighter 5 Revo is coming to consoles. That is the Xbox Series, the PS5, and the Switch 2. So we're gonna have crossplay, etc. So, Davey, excited to play some Virtual Fighter 5?
I absolutely am, Pengi. Absolutely am. It's got cross-play. They're adding more content as well. On Steam, I think it's 15. So 15 or 25. I can't remember which one. So if it's that price point on Switch 2, I'll get that. Probably get that instead of Street Fighter, if I'm honest. Also has the best.
There's no date. It's a little bit.
Yeah,
disappointing.
it'll just be it'll be some point in the year, right? Because already it's out on Steam, so it will just be getting the porting done.
It will cost you $15.99
Oh, yeah.
or $39.99 for the 30th anniversary edition.
Yeah,
so
so-
what that comes for, double the price, who knows? But
It'll be all the skins and stuff, right? Because you can get the skins where it looks like Virtual Fighter 2, the Sega Saturn stuff. And I think they had Yakuza skins as well, Craigo. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah,
had.
there is Yakuza skins. I can see them
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
because obviously it's RGG. I've made this version, and are working on Virtual Fighter 6. Yeah, I can't wait. It's cool. It has the best theme song because it's the guy that does Daytona USA, Pengi, and it's called Burning Soul, and it's the fucking greatest. Oh, I love it. I'm hoping that there's lots of Virtual Fighter stuff in the next Yakuza game, just because. Oh, I love it. But yeah, I'm hyped. Get me in it. I can't wait to lose to all the
Right.
Formites.
Are you hyped for some Virtua Fighter 5 repo?
No.
No, Craig's terrible
No.
at fighting games.
Not
Let alone
not even
difficult fighting games.
Not even 16. What's your British pounds? A bargain.
Craig would only do
No.
it if they turned around and said, "We will. It depends on the next sales of this game, and if we make a judgment 3, and then he'd buy it." But that's the only way that Craig would buy it.
Have he actually played the second Judgment? Yeah, great.
No, it's on my backlog. It's one of the 2 games left on my backlog challenge for this year, Pengi.
Nice. That is all the news. I am excited for Virtua Fighter 5, and weirdly, I might pick it up on Switch 2 over
Hell yeah!
PS5.
I can't wait to put
Yeah.
you in the ground.
And
Pengi.
turn off crossplay and beat all the children on Nintendo.
I will just load it up every night when I see you on there and just pummel you into the ground, doing the same 3 combos while singing
Yeah.
the theme song down the
Yeah.
microphone. Burning Soul. Anyway, Pengi, we're not doing a tops
Yes.
this week because we had so much news. But we are going to do is what we've been buying, what we've been playing. So let's start with the man, the myth, the chicken legend that is CW Lanky.
In terms of buying, I don't think anything.
With a K.
I think anything. I don't think it's all. In terms of playing, it's hard for me to remember when the last podcast we did. I think, since then on the PlayStation, it's just been more Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
I don't
Which I've
think
been
you actually
playing.
even. I'm not sure if you actually started it or not last podcast. Or
I
if you
might
had,
have
you
like
played very
literally
little.
just started.
Yeah, I
it,
feel like you did mention it.
Yeah. I've only been playing it exclusively handheld on the Portal, and I've basically just been playing like half an hour every now and again, like at night before bed. I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered to watch a TV show or say I'm just gonna lie in bed, play half an hour of this, and almost treat this like a TV show. I feel like it probably helps the game because I don't think you were massively high on it, Pengi, but I've quite enjoyed it. Like I said, playing it in these little bite-sized chunks in no rush. Whereas I could see, like, if I was like, right, I'm going to beat this in like 3 days, maybe I could very quickly see this getting, old fast. It does definitely start very slow as well, because there is obviously like a central like mystery to it, and it does take a long time to get to that. A very long time. There's a lot of build up to that. I think I'm near the end of the first tape. I think
Right.
according to the PlayStation, when I last looked, I was like 83% through tape 1, something like that. So yeah, nearly finished the first tape, and then I'll jump straight into the second one now that that's obviously out. Yeah, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit so far. It's cool. It's like got a lot of like 90s vibes, which for us is kind of nostalgic, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm just quite enjoying it. It looks quite pretty. Voice acting's pretty good. It's a little bit cringe at times, definitely. But yeah, I'm just quite enjoying it. It's quite chill. Going around your camcorder every now and again, getting the odd collectible. It's a nice little handheld game every like 30 minutes or so. Would I recommend it to Dave? Absolutely not.
God no, I play video games, Greggo.
Is it considerably better than the one that we played last year, which was dreadful? What was it, Open Roads?
Oh yeah, but I feel like I use Microsoft Excel every day. I think that's better than Open Roads.
Yeah, like it is much better than that, for example. So yeah, if you're sat there thinking I'm either going to play Open Roads or Lost Records, play Lost Records instead.
Give up
And as I
playing
said,
video
it's-
games and go outside.
Also, I said it's better than Life is Strange Double Exposure, which is obviously like a pretty big one.
Which is a damning review of Life is Strange from Chris Pengelly there.
Yeah, and I'm a big Life is Strange fan.
You are strange.
You do have a life. So.
Right, it's too easy. Too easy.
Um,
Sorry to interrupt you, Craig. I got some breaking news.
Hit me.
There's going to be a Warhammer showcase, and it's going to be on the 22nd of May at 5 p.m. our time. We're going to get the Space Marine 2 Horde mode, and Mechanus 2 is going to be there as well.
Hell yeah. Mechanus is
Like,
Endless
great.
Warhammer games.
Mate,
You can never-
Warhammer 40k is on such a tear at the moment in terms of video games and their own board game. Like, God.
When's the TV show coming out? Because that's
That'd be
like if that's
next
good, that's
year
good.
now because of Fallout, right?
Massive.
Oh, huge. Yeah,
So
and
it's got Henry Cavill in it. But...
yeah, he's like producing it. He's like running the. He's like a ridiculous, massive fan, isn't he, of 40k?
Yeah.
But I really need to buy Space Marine 2. I saw it on sale
So
on
good.
Xbox. I think it was 35, and I was like, oh, Switch 2's coming out in like less than a month. Probably not this time, but yeah. You should play Mechanicus as well. Mechanicus is really good. The best one, this is really derailed, Craig, is Rogue Trader on Game Pass. That's like Baldur's Gate, but in the 40k universe. Oh, it's so good. I play that shit on my Steam Deck all the time. The expansions are really good. Great shit. But yes, Craig, go carry on.
Yeah, I always, whenever I see bolt gun as well, I'm always like, oh, I want to
Yeah, I want to play
Yeah,
Darktide with you
I'm
as
really
well,
into it.
because they've done loads of content
Yeah.
for that, and we haven't got around to it.
Yeah, definitely. What else have I been playing, boys? I think that was it for PlayStation, and I think on Xbox, I'd already finished Avowed and Metaphor last time we did it. So I don't think I'd started South of Midnight yet.
No, you hadn't.
But I have now not only started it. I think I'm towards the end of chapter 10.
Huge.
So I'm probably about 9 hours in or something like that, I would say. I wanted something a bit like shorter, a bit more bite-sized after playing Metaphor and Avowed, which were both quite long. So that's kind of what I jumped on. I'm really like shocked and impressed with this game, boys. I think it's actually really, really good.
Hell yeah.
I think visually it looks so good with the art style, with the stop motion stuff, with the really, really good and really well made like character design. The audio is brilliant. All the voice acting is great. The soundtrack's like really cool. It's a lot of it's like they tell the story of like as you're playing it through the music with the lyrics, and you're like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like not a lot of games do this. So like the vibes of the game of that is just fantastic. And actually like core gameplay wise, it's a lot better and a lot stronger than I thought it was going to be. To be honest with you. I thought it was going to feel a bit weird to play. I think the game that it's kind of been compared to the most is Kena Bridge of Spirits, right? Which I actually played last year, I think, as part of my backlog challenge. Yeah, it must have been last year. And it is, I can definitely see the comparisons to that. I think Kena's a bit more, it has like more of like a central hub of a village, and then you're kind of like spanning out from that central hub area to like new areas to go do levels, whereas South of Midnight is much more of just like a straightforward linear level based game. But yeah, I can definitely see the comparisons. I think the combat in South of Midnight is much better than Kena, in all honesty. I really like Kena, but I distinctly remember being on this podcast talking about the combat and saying how like weird difficulty spikes and stuff like that. Whereas South of Midnight, I mean, the combat. You're not playing Devil May Cry yet, boys. Definitely won't get carried away there, but it definitely just feels a bit more like natural and flowing than Kena's combat did. It still has some of the problems that Kena's combat, where like you are just fighting this kind of the same enemies over and over again, and you are fighting them in like combat arenas, for example. But I think you kind of can get over that in a game like this quite quickly. Like I said, the combat it's flashy enough and it's like fun enough where like I'm not when I'm coming up to a combat area, I'm not like, oh, I've got to do the combat again. Whereas with Kada, like by halfway I was kind of like, oh, I'm kind of over the combat at this point already. Whereas yeah, no, South Midnight kind of I'm still enjoying all the fights that you have to do. Some really good boss fights as well. Some of them are quite creative in what they do. So that's been quite cool. And the platforming's like, again, it's not going to be Astrobot, boys. You know, you're not playing Astrobot, but the platforming's been like I thought it was going to feel really janky and weird going into this. Seeing it on like a 77 open creator was kind of what I was imagining. But it's felt fine. Like the odd time where I fell off a platform when I thought I wouldn't have done, but for a game that's not built up to be a platform where it feels good and it's really flashy in its moves, the climbing feels like how you would expect climbing to feel in this sort of video game. So yeah, so what I've played so far, which is, I can't be too far from the end at this point. I've been really impressed by this actually. I think it's one that I think it did fairly well. I think they had announced it, was it 1 million players recently
Yeah,
on their
yeah.
Twitter, and I did see it. It broke into it was in the top 10 true achievement like player chart, which I know is a little bit deceptive because it's only people who have true achievement accounts linked, right? And they are
Mhm.
going to be the hardcore of the hardcore. Let's face it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely one I think people should give a go because yeah, it's kind of surprised me just how much I've enjoyed it so far. In all honesty, I kind of went into it. You see the review score. You see 77. You're writing it as it goes. Like it's another Game Pass fodder. In the sevens. And then I started playing it. I was like, within like half an hour, I was like, oh no, I'm really hooked on this. I'm really enjoying this a lot. It's really well written. Like all the characters are really likable, especially the main character. In fact, yeah, really surprised with this one. I think we did when I did our like surprise game of the year on our awards last year. This is one that I can feel like we do for me for this year definitely. But yeah, I think that's all I played. It's basically Lost Records and about 9 hours of South of Midnight.
I do have
Nice.
it installed on the laptop here. I just not got around to it yet.
Yeah, I also have it
Yeah, I'd
installed on
say
the
it's worth
Xbox.
giving a go, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, Craig. Well, do me next where we get the extensive Chris Pengelly home
So no, I
run.
think I might have played less than you according to the list here, but
Yeah, you probably played more
yeah.
minutes, I imagine. So we'll
Yeah.
start with, pardon me, we'll start with the usual. So we played more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, boys. I love that game. On the Switch. What I didn't like on the Switch, Craigo, is I tried Deltarune, because obviously 1.1 plus 2 is free. So I was like, I'll try it.
Is this the one by
1+2
the?
does make 3, Dave. You're pretty right.
Indeed. Yes, the one by it's literally a sequel slash runs alongside Undertale.
Oh yeah, I can stand that.
Like it literally like starts with like, have you played Undertale? You should play Undertale before you play this. It yeah, it's one of those games now. I will get crucified in so many group chats for this. You load it up and you do like a load of stuff. It when a game loves itself and its
Yeah.
premise and the people that make it, like it's very strange. Like it's not a very welcoming like game. It's just kind of like very cliched. It's kind of like boring, to be honest with you. Like I got like maybe 2 hours in, and I was like, no, this is cool. I mean, I'm glad I played it for free before I went out and bought it on the Switch too. But yeah, not for me at all. No, 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 no. So yeah, so that's at least some money I won't be spending on launch day. I haven't got any pickups. My only dilemma at the moment with the Switch 2 is whether or not to get Cyberpunk, purely because it's £65 and I'm going on holiday 3 weeks later and have a huge backlog. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it or not. But that's my pickup chat. On the steamiest of decks, I am still playing Hogwarts Legacy. I'm like 40 hours in. I'm just trying to do everything really. It's just a really good game. It runs great on Steam Deck. Haven't done any of the main story in ages, but I feel like I'm not that far from the end. But enjoying that. I have also started Half-Life on my Steam Deck. Half-Life 2 is one of my backlog games this year. I just wanted to play Half-Life 1 because it's had a big update on Steam Deck, so I just want to see how it is. It's really fun. I didn't play a lot of shooters in the 90s, but this gives me very much Halo 1 kind of vibes. And it's fun. It looks and runs really well on the Steam Deck, obviously. It's Valve, right? But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to playing 2. And then on the Xbox, the only thing I've played is I have finished the main game of Oblivion Remastered, boys.
What?
Woo indeed. Really enjoyed my time with it. It is a Bethesda game, and that is the good and the bad. I really enjoyed playing the main quest. I enjoyed the leveling. I enjoyed all the stuff they've added, but it's so glitchy, and that's why I'm stopping, because I think the first guild I tried to do after I finished it, the first mission glitched. Through the main campaign, there was at least twice why I had to save it before doing something because it kept glitching. Like there was a point. This isn't really a spoiler. There's a mission where you've got to like lead. You've got to have four. You've got to kill four skeletons, so four ghosts go to like one place to like open a shrine, and the fourth one, every time I killed him, he wouldn't move. So I had to kite him through the dungeon, like hitting him once, then making him follow me, and then killing him right where I wanted his ghost to spawn to open a bit. And like that's an example of how glitchy and buggy this game is, because it is just the logic from the 2006 game with a coat of paint on it. So it's difficult. Obviously, the save system is good enough that it wasn't a big problem, but it was like, I don't want to sit here and try and do all of the quest lines when it's this buggy, to be honest with you. And I know it's got some performance issues at the moment as well. I didn't really notice them on Series S, but I did play in very short, sharp bursts, and it didn't really affect my time with it. But I enjoyed it for what it was. Loved it. It's on Game Pass. Like it's another one of those months where for me it's value for money. Same as like Craig was saying, like South of Midnight and Avowed and Doom and all that, right? So really enjoyed it. And it is now done. I think the next Xbox game I'm going to play probably will be South of Midnight, because I have got that game installed. And then obviously we're deep into Switch 2 territory then, so obviously it will be a lot of Mario Kart and stuff like that. So, but yeah, the only other thing I played on Xbox, I played a game of COD last night because I'm at my in-laws, and they have a brand new 55-inch Samsung QLED with VRR and 120 hertz, and my god, is it the best looking thing I've ever seen. So even the Series S version of COD looks and runs ridiculously well on this TV. So I played again last night, got play of the game, and then called it because I just needed to know I was still a god, Craig. And I'm
You'll go out on a high, David.
right, and I'm still a god, so it's all good. But yeah, that's what I bought and played. Chris Pengelly, what about you?
You're not your next Xbox game, not Doom, the Dark Ages.
No, because I want to play Eternal. And I played the first Doom on Steam Deck, and I have Eternal on the deck as well, so I will play Eternal. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay on Game Pass, right? So I don't need to dive into it. And it does look really cool, but I do want to play. I want to play all three of them. But yeah.
Okie dokie. So my one pickup, a bit of a weird one, is my local game shop has some brand new 3DS games in, brand new 3DS games, and like proper like brand new, not someone traded in brand new ones or something. They actually had them from the supplier. Took in a few bits to trade in. Didn't get a great price for them, so I wandered over to CEX. I was like, I've got this stuff with me now. I'm just gonna see what they got. I traded in CEX, and I picked up F124 on PS5, which is like one of the better Pro Enhanced games, but I have not played it yet. And weirdly, I've actually been keeping up with the F1 a bit this year, because a few times when I've gone to work or come back from work, it's been on like the radio and stuff like, and I'm like, oh, actually, who has won the race in Miami and stuff like that. But it wasn't one I would have picked up if I hadn't had like the big Detective Pikachu amiibo on me at the time, and like I can't be bothered to take this home with me. But yeah, F124 is my one pickup. Then played this afternoon. I started some more Lies of P, because I just thought, let's go get some more Lies of P done. But I didn't really play it that much. I think I played about half an hour before coming in to talk to you guys. But, so that one Craig didn't mention. Me and him played some Monster Hunter Wilds. We were really bad at Monster Hunter.
We failed miserably at this, didn't we?
Yeah, we failed miserably at this, and like Craig, obviously you missed quite a few updates and 2 new story updates, and we went into one of them. We failed very badly and stuff of it, which is quite surprising because I basically got all that armor and I'm missing like one thing from the monster crystal or something, and like we are doing really badly. But I did continue on by myself because it's seasonal. There was a seasonal thing, the big spring event where the Gathering Herb had like all cherry blossoms and stuff like that. So I got the seasonal armor, which is pretty easy to get. You just had to do daily like quests and stuff as like Hunter and Leviathan monster on level 3 or harder and stuff like that. So I did get my new armor. I changed the color of it. So mine's now blue instead of pink. So I got this blue, sort of like ninja armor and stuff like that. And did a few other bits. Like I've now got the switch axe I wanted, which I hadn't got, and stuff like that. So I hunted some for materials for that. Hunted some materials for the light bow gun as well. So I have switched from a long sword and a bow to a switch axe and a light bow gun. And I did some hunts with that and getting the bounties and stuff like that. So I think I've now passed hunter rank 70, and I think I've now passed 55 hours, something like that. Stuff, but I don't think I'll be going back to it to like the summer event or something. And where we'll see the gathering hub will turn, I don't know, into palm trees or something. Being the summer, I that sort of thing. But yeah, Monster Hunter. Then last podcast, I think I said I was at the end of Expedition 33, but I hadn't quite finished it. I finished Expedition 33, and there's actually still quite a bit to go after talking to you on the last podcast. Basically, there was one more boss fight to go, but the boss fight had a few phases, obviously cutscenes, story beats, etc. So it was a good another 2 or 3 hours sort of thing to go at the end. It's a very good game. Love the voice acting. Everyone's great. The music's great. It's like obviously other lots of people talked about it in the news. It's being doing well in charts and stuff like that. Combat's fun. All the characters play differently and stuff like that. Like I had Loon set up where she could basically do three attacks in a row. How I got her set up instead of just in the one attack. Sort of thing. Like the art style is in the world and like the enemies is really cool, but I still think the characters are a bit off and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really good game. So finish that. I think I talked about this last week as a pickup was the Until Dawn remake. So I started that after Expedition 33, and I finished that. So that. Now I've played this for the first time since playing it on PS4, which I feel must be about 10 years ago now. Dave, I'm
It's
not
more
sure
than
how.
that. It's 2014, I think.
Yeah, so and I've always said this was the best Supermassive game. Obviously, they do the part pictures and stuff like that. I was like, oh, they're never as good as Until Dawn. But now I played the remake. I feel the Quarry might be the best one from Supermassive. And it's like, the Quarry is really similar to Until Dawn. It's like, could be Until Dawn 2 and stuff like that with the plot and stuff like that. Sort of thing. But yeah, it's still really good of that genre of like a movie that you're playing, like sort of thing that you would hate, Dave, even sort of thing. Craig, you would like it. It just fit into that Life is Strange, Lost Records sort of vibes, but it's not on Plus or anything. But if it does come to Plus, I would say check out Until Dawn Remake. And then the other thing I finished and even got the platinum on was the Midnight Walk, which came out I think I want to say last Friday. It might be Thursday. Get a lot of games come out on a Thursday now for reasons. Um, Not very good, guys. I even did a review this afternoon on my channel. Pretty disappointed in this. It feels back to news of the Alien. It feels like a VR game that I'm playing in flat screen. Sort of thing. So, oh yeah, this blinking mechanic would be really cool if I was playing in VR and actually blinking and did my eyes. It's like this is pretty basic stealth puzzles and things like that. I'm like, it's potentially passable in VR and stuff like that. The only good thing about this game is the art style, which uses the claymation sort of thing. So it just remind me of like Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline, James and Giant Peach, and stuff like that. But that is literally the one positive I can take away from it. And I've only got the platinum because I was missing 7 collectibles when I finished it, and I was like, 7 collectibles, that won't take long. And it didn't. Like an hour and a half, maybe Chapter 2 I had to basically redo almost because I'm missing 4 collectibles in that chapter. But yeah, definitely pass up on this one unless you have got VR headset and you want a game to play, and obviously there aren't that many options for PSVR 2, or if it comes to Plus. But otherwise, I would say definitely a pass on this one, and then that is it.
It's quite, wasn't it quite spenny as well? For I feel like what it was.
£27, I think it was, or 26,
Okay. I
26,
thought I saw it
27.
was like
Yeah, it was, but there
33
was
or
a
something.
pre-order discount malarkey.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like if I
So
was trying to
pre-order,
buy it
and it's
now,
got an
it'd be 33.
80 on Open Credit, but like the Push Square review on Open Credit is for the PSVR 2 version of it. And like I said, it's like there's a blink mechanic, and on PS5 you playing it, use L1 to basically close your eyes and stuff like that, and then obviously you use the stick then to like obviously your eyes closed, but like looking around and hearing stuff, and then trying to find the objects you hear. But obviously, on if you're playing that on VR, you actually shut your eyes, you're moving your actual head, trying to like hear where the item is. So I can get why it would be better in VR. But that is like apart from that, I don't think I would recommend this game at all. But I had that weird thought. It's like at the moment, my game of the year would be Split Fiction, but is that because if that was a single player game, would that be good, or was it good because me and you played it together, Craig?
Good game's good, right?
Yeah, it's just that one of that thing. It's like Half-Life Alex. Is Half-Life Alex see a 90+ game, or was it a 90+ game because it's in VR? If that was a flat screen game, would that actually be good?
I don't know. Fuck VR, right?
Hmm.
It's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. But that is it. Dave.
Lovely, Pengils. Well, another week done. Another one in the history books. Obviously, we are a week closer to the Switch 2, which is the next big thing. But yes, we will see you next week.
Well,
Hopefully,
Brock
there'll be.
Lesnar was the next big thing.
That was, again, 20 years ago, Pengi. More than 20 years ago now. But Barack Lesnar. But yes, we will see you next week.
Bye.